Hi guys, Chris and PJ here live in the Dream Giveaway Garage.
Hello,
in our
Christopher.
Facebook is not broken today episode.
That's right. You feeling better now that we're on Facebook as well?
You know, I'm still standing here. It's our audience who I care about, PJ. I'm so glad we're now simulcasting on YouTube and Facebook. Glad Facebook decided to get their broken fixed.
That's right. That's right.
There you go. Hey, I promised you guys today, if you watched us on YouTube, to show you the binder that came with the 442, the W30 car, the factory drag racer, 32,000 miles, ends in 6 days. So let's get right to it. But first, any shout outs to anybody watching, PJ?
Everybody's just getting here.
Okay.
Anthony says, hey, Chris and PJ here. And Larry West says, welcome back.
Yeah, thanks, Larry.
Roger, I see the hood is already open.
Yeah, there you go, Roger. Someday we're going to invite Roger here. And
first off, we invite everybody here every day.
No, that's right. And now we're going to see if Roger can open every hood in the garage.
I have to tell you,
without...
I have to confess, on Friday when we had the award ceremony here, someone asked me to open up the hood, and it took me 20 minutes to figure it out. I couldn't even figure it out.
It's a lot of hoods in here, and that's a lot of hood latches, and they're all different, and you got to know each one. So, Roger, you up to it? If we bring you down here, are you going to open every hood in the garage for us?
This one is different. So how did you open this one? Was this just a one latch?
Yeah, that's a one latch right there.
One latch in the front. Not even a pull tag in the front.
Nope.
In there.
In '67, no way, Jose.
Why didn't they do? They didn't take safety or security for inside the cabin.
You know, that's interesting because by 1970, Oldsmobile did have internal latches on the full-size cars. I don't know if they had them on the intermediates.
Was there a problem? People just opening up other people's hoods and doing whatever
that
they
was
wanted?
That was and taking the engines, yes.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, those were the days. Anyways, let's look at the dyno chart here. It looks to be an engine dyno test right here.
This big, huge book, right? It comes with it, and the winner gets it all.
And so what we're going to do right now, we're going to look at the power right here, and we're going to see that we've got a engine pull at about 418 horsepower. Now, here's what's interesting. Oldsmobile says that this engine is 350 horsepower. So there you go. They might have been sandbagging just a little bit because this was rebuilt. And it says, please use 100 octane unleaded in there. So it does like for race fuel to be in there. So now let's look at torque now that we've looked at horsepower. And we saw tons of torque here. 436, is that the high, or wasn't there one higher? By the way, that 436 is at 4,100 RPM. No, 444 at 4,100 RPM on this pull, two different pulls. So tons of torque, which you would expect from this Oldsmobile 400. Tons of horsepower as well. What a wonderful job. We had it fired up. Earlier today, we had an old friend visit us in the Dream Giveaway Garage. If you're watching, then you know who you are. And wasn't it nice to see an old friend today?
It was great.
There you go. All right, so now PJ is showing you photos of that frame-off restoration. How can we prove to you that it's frame-off? There's no frame underneath the car. The frame is off. Hence the phrase frame-off. So you can see those shots right there. You can see some factory markings that still existed on it back then. You can see, that whole doghouse, that whole front clip is off there. Now let's show over here. Now it's starting to come together. Here on the body, you can see that they've got the body shell painted. And then we get on over here. This must be out of order because it's masked off again, so perhaps this was the primer that they're doing. There are
a lot of parts there.
A lot of parts there. That's absolutely correct. You can see them. See the whole car coming together in primer and primer. Trunk, look how good that looks. There you go, you can see. So pictures are out of order. So that's all good. And I'm trying to see if there's anything else here I'd like to show you guys. This will talk about there's an appraisal in there. You know, this comes with it as well. That's actually on the car. That is its original manufacturer's plate. Because remember, this was a GM, it's on the back. This was a GM test car, and that's a manufacturer plate from 1967. We've never mentioned that before. So this book is full of all sorts of goodies. It will go to the winner. You've got 6 days left to enter.
I love it when we have all this documentation that we can show the winner.
Yeah,
like
put that aside. Okay, there we go. So, PJ, who's out there now watching? Did you guys miss us?
Alan from YouTube is joining us.
Oh, thank you so much, Alan.
So good. I'm glad everybody on both platforms can watch us.
On YouTube, which is rarely broken, and Facebook, which is broken often.
Yeah, but...
Are we allowed to talk bad about Facebook, or will they kick us off?
Oh, let's hope not.
Someone asked Kathy earlier today, what's that?
Oh yeah, there was this big box that's right down here.
We talked about it yesterday on the video, PJ. That's the CD ignition, the capacitor discharge ignition. Some people mistakenly call it a transistorized ignition. It's actually big old germanium capacitors. They don't even make them anymore. So to rebuild that, and by the way, these boxes were available on Corvettes, on GTOs, so on and so forth. So to rebuild it, they have to put modern electronics in it. They keep the classic box. Essentially, they turn it back into a variant of HEI.
It doesn't take points off or anything like
Not
that for
at all.
stuff that's inside
when
there.
being judged, no, not at all. So that's what we've got happening over there on that red fender liner.
Yeah, that question came from Rex, so we appreciate that.
Yep. And I was reading a little bit today on the 400 cubic inch Olds big block. And people were saying that it revs a whole lot higher than that 425 because the pistons are a little bit smaller and lighter. And when we were revving it up today, man, this sounds like a monster. You know, I would love to see what this does in the quarter mile now. When it was stock back in the day, it did 13s. My guess is this runs in the low 12s.
Brotherness says the flux capacitor.
That is not a flux capacitor.
Although we are going back in time with this car.
That's correct. Indeed. By the way, speaking of DeLorean sort of trivia there, have you guys seen that new DeLorean electric? It is amazing looking. Check it out. You can Google DeLorean DMC 12. And let us know if you'd like us to give one of those away.
Oh, I would love to see that.
I don't think they're going to be out till 2025, but there you go. All right, so wonderful here. We've got that four-steer induction that we showed yesterday.
Not all electric here.
No, not at all. In fact, that alternator probably is what, a 60 amp alternator, maybe even smaller than that these days. What are they? Roger, last time you had an alternator on a modern car, what was it, like 200 amps? So again, there's no accessories to drive on this 1967 Oldsmobile. So you don't need a whole lot of amperage coming off that.
That's not even a clock in there.
Not even a... No, well, there's a tachometer.
Yeah.
I thought there was a clock. No, there's a rally gauge pack right here. So you've got the tach in the center, you've got an amp gauge, you've got a temp gauge, you've got an oil gauge, and then down over here, you've got, that's interesting, so oil here is low to high, but oil here actually gives you the numerical PSI, and then same over here, even though you have a temp gauge here from cold to hot, you've got a numerical gauge here to...
I mean, I guess you do have a light above you, so it would draw some power
got
there.
A light, so
and there's a light here, right?
Well, yeah, so that's the floor switch, PJ. So, oh no, you know what? I am incorrect on that. That is not the floor switch.
It says brake.
That is the... I think that had to do with the... Hold on, PJ.
It says brake on it.
Oh, got it. So that's a brake light on it. Very good.
So you're right. There's not much in the way.
There you go.
Brake. Look at that.
Yeah, bright. Man, that's bright.
It is extremely bright.
You
and
could
that's
read
just
a
because
book
now
by
if you pull
that,
that brake release, then it'll go right off. Right?
There you go. Yeah, but now there's another switch, and I don't know if they disabled it or not. It's on this second one here. Let me see if I can get it going. And it might have been disabled, but this is when he was running a top secret 6-speed turbo 400. He could switch from the first 3 gears to the second 3 gears, and I believe that it was this foot switch there, and that would indicate when that red light here would go on.
So it wasn't using the foot switch for the high beams or something like that?
Well, for the high beam, there's 2 of them there. Can you show them?
What?
So one is for the high beams.
Oh, there is 2.
Yeah, the other one is for that top secret prototype 6-speed turbo 400 that they were using, and they got kicked out of some NHRA races back in the day. I so would like to fire it up, but I'm going to wait till Friday on this, PJ.
Yes, 2 more days.
2 more days, I can make it. What's this, PJ?
I was looking at in there the other day. I don't know who left that magazine in. I wonder if it had anything to do with the car that you're in.
I have to look through there and see. I'll let you guys know on that one tomorrow. Of course, no power windows, no air conditioning. Built for one purpose and one purpose only, speed, quarter-mile ETs. And remember, even though it came with a 410 or a 433, I think it has 355s in it now. That reminds me, I spoke to Richard Haas, the original owner, today.
We had a great time when we did the interview.
Had a great time with him. I think that we're going to have another interview with him perhaps later this week. I don't know if that'll be live or pre-recorded, but we are working on those details, and we hope that you'll enjoy watching that interview with the original owner of this Oldsmobile.
Not only the owner, he kind of like
engineer.
He picked and chose what he wanted in this particular car, right?
Absolutely. It's not like he found it on a car lot. He worked for Oldsmobile, and he special ordered it through the employee purchase program, and they built it for him, and then it went to the test ground for 90 days. They blueprinted the engine, and then he went racing at Indy. Hello.
Anthony says, had a 65 Cutlass F85, had a 330 cubic inch 2-speed auto, had just fixed it up, and my mother had sold it. Oh, no.
Mom!
Oh, that's like your baseball cards getting thrown out.
Yeah, that's right. Everybody's got a great story of, a classic 60s GM in their lives, right?
Was the Cutlass pretty close to the Olds in the body style? And
well, this is a Cutlass.
Yeah.
So a Cutlass post coupe you could get, and then you could get it as a 442. But once you got a 442, you can no longer get it as a 4-door or a wagon. A Cutlass you could get as a 2-door, a convertible, a 4-door, and a wagon. Am I correct on that, guys? I think so.
And you said you didn't even like the little badging on the back for the Cutlass.
I didn't like that Cutlass badging right there. Yeah, I don't think you need it for the 442, right? So that shows that it started as a Cutlass. You already have the 442 here. To me, it's a little ornate for what this car is.
Right.
I mean, this is a monster drag racer car, right? What else we got going
Kelly
on? When are we
says
calling the winner for Super?
I'm not sure, but Kelly said if that car is lucky enough to go to Utah, I wonder if you would be swing it by Arizona and let the original owner take it for another spin.
So,
good
great
call.
idea, but I will tell you that he is a Michiganer. Am I saying that right?
Yeah, I guess that would be.
From Michigan. And so right now he is in Michigan. So if we hook up that live feed with him, it'll be from his home in Michigan. I think he's down in Arizona in the snowbird months.
Yep.
There you go. All right, remember, 6 days left. Get your entries at dreamgiveaway.com. Use promo code YouTube. Use promo code Facebook Live. Use any promo code you want. Get those bonus tickets.
Hey, quick question. Roger
Yes.
says, isn't that a Cutlass Supreme logo?
That is totally a Cutlass Supreme logo.
Is that different from just the regular?
I'm going to have to look that up. I'm going to have to grab the dealer brochure from 1967 and see if the logos were any different or if all Cutlasses got that. It looks like a Cutlass Supreme to me. That's why you have a C and an S, right?
But there's only so many days left here, Chris.
6.
6 days left.
And the winner, we're going to fly, he or she, here to Florida to get the keys.
That's right.
Keys are in it right there. So good, PJ.
And we're firing it up on Friday.
Yep. Oh, I spoke to Michael P. today from the great state of Kansas. 57 Chevy has safely made it home to him. Oh, and he's so happy to be the winner of that.
Turning a lot of heads with that car, that's for sure.
Absolutely. In a town with no stoplights.
His whole county doesn't have a stoplight.
I just can't imagine a town without stoplights. But we live in Florida. There you go.
Anthony says Supreme was the car that had all the goodies on it.
That's right. They were great cars. Great cars indeed. I miss Oldsmobile. I miss Pontiac. Miss Pontiac a lot. But it
Well-
is what it is. Get your entries to win. Help out those 9 great charities. You know what I hear? I hear Fire Department Coffee is going to send me a mug. Have you guys checked out firedepartmentcoffee.com?
Well, that's right, our newest charity. That's right.
That's our newest charity. Check them out. Please buy some coffee from them and support their foundation, helping first responders. Every entry you get a dream giveaway helps them out.
Eddie wants to know, can you add AC to this?
Please don't. Please don't. Usually my answer is you can do what you want. In this case, please don't.
Because, as he says, also, Florida is too hot.
It is. And it's a triple black car. But in this particular case, please don't.
You wouldn't put AC in it, eh, Chris?
No. This is a factory drag racer. It's a holy grail of the entire muscle car era. Please don't modify it.
Okay.
That's my personal opinion, okay? We will not legally enforce that if you're the winner. Right?
So if you're the winner and you send us a picture of your
With
AC,
AC, I'm going to go, oh,
I'll hide it from Chris.
yeah, PJ won't show it to me.
Let's
All right,
see
guys.
here.
we
Wait
will-
a minute.
one
Yonder
more.
says 442 is a go straight, as fast as only muscle car.
You got, yeah, absolutely.
Anthony says, I'm a Ford guy, but GM had its dream cars of a lifetime.
Yeah.
And Eddie says he trusts you. I trust Chris.
Thank you so much. By the way, we got something top secret in the garage today.
I've been so tempted to show everybody a little Easter
we're not
egg,
gonna
but
tell you what it
I
is.
cannot.
No, I'll tell you. No, not even any hints because
No.
it's still too many months away.
Yeah, we got a ways to go.
But something cool there. All right, guys. Thanks for joining us today.
On both Facebook and YouTube.
And unless Facebook breaks again, we'll see you tomorrow on Facebook and YouTube. We'll see you guys tomorrow. More great fun, more great action, more great grand prizes. Like a 1967 442 W30, 32,000 miles. You saw the restoration photos. You saw the dyno sheets for the engine. Come on, you know you want to win it. Help out those charities, get your entries, and we'll see you tomorrow in our favorite place on earth, the Dream Giveaway Garage.
See you next time, everyone.